Good morning, hope everybody's well. I'm off today on a motorcycle wow camp. Yep, not done much of that this year. I know we're having the new van, so if you're new to my channel, look back and you'll see what I mean by those videos. So anyway, I'm going to do a how-to video. I'm entitling how to. If you look at the title, how to motorcycle wow camp in Scotland and go gold panning. Gold panning is something actually we did before, me and my mate, but I kind of put a little bit of that in the video later on, so stay tuned. So what I'm going to do as well is just go little bits of clips and just basically show you what I take, how I do it, how I find the location, and just basically information that anybody fancies doing something like this. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy it. First thing to do, number one, is plan where you're going to go and kind of have an idea where you want to go. I use Google Earth. Another important factor is when you go. So I don't like going in school holidays, and we're at the end of September, so by the time I produce this video it's going to be about 10, we're going to be into October. So weather-wise, make sure you take the right gear. The next big tip is make a list. I'm forgetful. I'm 53. I'm entitled to be a bit forgetful. Always forget something, but make a list. So you can see there, sleep, tent, everything. Every bit's I'm taking. Some people say, well, you're taking a lot, but we're getting into winter. It's going to be about 5 degrees and windy tonight. So I'm so forgetful, I highlight it and then tick it off as well when it's on the bike. Tell your nearest and dearest as well where you're going, just in case.
So where are you going on your trip today?
I'm off to the Mennock Pass while camping.
And whereabouts is that in?
Scotland, Galloway.
Scotland,
so I'll write it down just in case.
Just in case, yeah. In case I worry about you.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to do anyway.
Oh, well, you know me, yeah, I do.
And I always write it down now as well. Pack your bike equally so you've got a good balance of weight. Right, pretty much all packed up, ready to go. Don't forget your essentials on the bike. Teaching that to suck eggs, but check the tyre pressure. Check everything's fastened right. And what I always do, make sure you know where you're going, put that in the nav. And set your suspension in the right settings. Have to do it when the engine's on. Just stopped off. Tea-based services as usual. Coffee and a sausage roll. So I'm not far off now. It's about 4:30. Another big tip, don't get to a place too early, but don't get too late either. Nice, happy compromise. Don't get dark till about 8 o'clock, so still a good few hours left of daylight. So I've just had my ablution. Sort of some weird stop off in the middle of nowhere like a toilets. Obviously popular with the local doggers, I would imagine. Might have to edit that. Right, so I'm going to see you in a bit when I find my spot along Mennock Pass. It shouldn't be too long. See you in a bit. I have found my spot on Mennock Pass. Nice little gentle stream, fresh water supply. There we are. Up on that hill, it's like a stone circle. I'm going to explore that tomorrow. That'd be a great place to set the drone up, I think. Got a good few hours of daylight left, but nothing but sheep. Right, so I'm going to get set up. It is pretty windy actually, it's supposed to be gusts about 20 miles per hour, which is not massive, but I did want to do a time lapse of me putting the tent up. Not a chance, it keeps blowing the tripod over. So let's I'll get the set up and some of the other stuff, and I'll bring you back. Right, I'm all pitched up and set up, and just I'm talking, the wind has just died down. Perfect, thank you. A little bit of sun just escaping down behind the hill over there. So this is Mennock Pass. Great spot. Again, how to find your spot, use Google Earth, check out the areas. We have been here before, a few weeks ago when I went gold panning with my mate. Again, mention it in a bit and show you some footage. Great spot, pick your location well. As you can see, I've got the whole vista to myself, haven't I? So this is my setup. Nice little stream running by. You can get fresh water. I have got a water filter, but I did bring some water just in case. I'm going to put them underneath that stove in a minute. So I got my tent up. There's a Van Gogh, it's called a Mirage, and cracking little tent. But again, where the wind's facing is coming in, it's coming in this way, so the door's there. The bike, just in case it does get really windy coming in this direction, is well away from the tent. It's not going to fall on me, and if it does go with high winds, then well, it's got to be pretty strong to blow that over onto the stand side. So things to be aware of. Little fold out stove, but again I'm going to put some stones underneath just to protect the grass. Here's a fresh area. What I don't want to do is create any more scorch marks than needed. There's a few around here. So got a few logs, got some accelerant, not obviously Foster's lager, and have a little bit of a warm fire because it is going to get 5 degrees tonight. I'm going to cook some lamb chops on there, and obviously then have a bit of a fire with the remaining logs. I've got my pots and pans, cup, spork, all the usual stuff. Behind this screen there is my stove for making a brew or boiling up. I've got potatoes and peas and carrots. Nice chair to sit on, dead comfy. But as I found, a lot of these camping chairs, and I have really hurt my back on one, which was actually on a wild camping video. A little chair just collapsed. Yeah, not the lightest of person. Anyway, this is designed to take the FBs. Work that one out. But what it's got there is a mat. It's an OAX light camping chair. Get it from Go. I think I got this online. This is one of the new ones with a stronger frame. But that mat is so useful because if not, you start digging in. On the chair I always carry a tea towel for wiping your hands and some sanitizers, and that's my sort of fire kit for getting a fire going. It's got all little bits and pieces in that. And always bring, right by the side of you, bring a bin bag. Just chuck your crap away. I might have been away from the bike, so I thought bringing that lock just in case, put it on. Yeah, a bit of overkill. I live in the city, so there's a lot of robbing beeps about, so it's just automatic. Just put a lock on. You don't really need to around here, but if I was away from the tent, it'd give me a little bit more peace of mind. So logs there to go on for later. A couple of beers, I'm going to have one in a minute. Some water, got a good 2 litres there. And that's my food, and I'll show you what I'm cooking up in a second. So there's the bike. Obviously familiar with your channel, it's a BMW F850 GS Adventure Rally Sport. Cracking bit of kit. I've done about 6,000 miles on it now. I have not used it as much this year because of doing other things, and I did get a camper van. So, but cracking bit of kit, really enjoyed the ride in. You can get loads of gear on this bike. So let's have a look inside the tent, shall we? always leave your boots outside. If you've got feet like mine, they stink. Not that bad really. Right, so the sleep system, you're going into the winter months now, so you need a bit of warmth. So I always use a thermarest. Underneath my core, I've got like a kind of reflective material that I put underneath me. It's a little bit slidey, so you kind of keep solid on it. So up that end, I've got a Cedar Summit, really comfortable pillow, and I just do like to prop up a little bit, hence a jacket up that end. I always put nice cozy warm socks on. I always put a hat on while sleeping in the winter months. And the Van Gogh, it's a Van Gogh, I forgot the name of it, I'll have to put it up. But it's good for like a 3-season bag. It's a nice warm bag for me. Probably not for some people. I sleep warm. A jacket coat I've had for years, which is expensive at the time. It's a Rab, big thick. That is like wearing a sleeping bag, so that's for sitting outside a tent when it gets dark. And then I always chuck everything to do with all bags and stuff that you've unpacked on one side. Helmet and all my bike gear. You just stowed there. Other bits of kit, where you can see. Wallets in there and stuff like that. Got knife head torches, got some smidge, got med kit, you never know. Toiletries, there's my drone bag, and there's the water filter. Just looking out up there in the tent, I hope it's not gonna rain. I think it might be blown away. But I put the tent up before, it's blowing an absolute gale. I think we should be okay. I don't obviously drag all that stuff back in. Right, I'm going to chill out, have a beer I think, well deserved. Oh, if I look a bit weird, it's because I ended up shaving half my beard off, I had it on the wrong setting. I'm sure the wife uses it for maybe other bits and pieces. So yeah, really miffed off about that yesterday morning. This is just half a beard gone. Right, anyway, back in a minute. Oh, cheers. Apologise for the wind noise, but it's pretty breezy, so I do apologise. I'm trying to block it out as much as I can, but hard work. It comes and goes. So I'm kind of sat in the shelter of the tent, which is perfect. But obviously to film me, it's a bit tricky. Anyway, enough whinging. Let's have a beer. Nice healthy fruit and nuts on a pear. So what I was on about before, I'll take you back a few weeks to when me and my mate Simon, aka Tripod Man, his idea, let's go do some gold panning. I was a bit like, I'd never actually heard of this area, but even though the gold panning wasn't really for me, I found it a bit, if I'm honest, a bit boring. Sifting bits of silt in a bowl it's not for me. I'll show you the footage, but what it did do was introduce me to this area, which I think is fantastic, and there's definitely going to be some more exploring, probably in the van and hiking and stuff like that, but I'll bring you back to that. So let me show you a couple of weeks ago when we did a bit of gold panning. Panning for gold, didn't we say?
Yes.
Nice little river. There's loads of little, shall we say, burns or tributaries from the Mennock River. So what we brought with us, I mean, we've never done it before, so you've got like a little trowel. What would you call that? What's it called? Like a suction?
Yeah, it's a siphon.
Siphon. So for siphoning out like gravel. And then the idea is you basically chuck it into the sieves and then sieve it through. Then the bowls then are for panning. Small shovel there for digging up your bits. So we're kind of going to try up this way. van's parked just over there. So real back to basics way of doing it really. There's obviously much better ways where you get, is it like a sluice or something like that?
That's it, yeah, we could have got a sluice. But somebody told me not to.
Yeah, me. So real back to basics way of doing things. As again, just a little bit of a something to do, but might be gold in them bar hills. Might strike it lucky. So apparently there's supposed to be like millions of pounds of undiscovered gold in this country. Or it could be anywhere. But this particular area near Lead Hills, we're further up to called One Lock Head. I suppose he's pronounced it One Lock Head, Scotland. So yeah, we're just kind of playing about a bit really, if I'm honest. Nothing serious. But what you do need is a licence. So we've got a day licence, cost 10 quid. So it allows you to pan the land, this area, because it's owned by an estate. And people buy 6 months or a year. So we've just gone for a tenner. If I'm honest, probably day's enough for me. Got to turn into a regular gold panner, sir?
Well, maybe if I find something, I might get gold fever, Steve.
Either that or a cold or wet feet. Anything?
Lots of yellow stones. I don't think any of them's gold. So here we have the lesser spotted Steve sucking up some muck.
Yeah.
It's hard work on the bank, isn't it, Steve?
It's not my favourite hobby, this, if I'm honest. Probably give it about another hour. But yeah, that's basically what you're doing. For bits of stuff. I have got some little bits in the bottom, I think. Found a better location here now. See there, see where it's kind of gravel? There's more space to move around, it was too slopey over there. This is a better place. And I can see my van over there. Yeah, it's hard work this actually. Yeah. Hard work. You alright there, Si? How's your back?
Good. No problem with my back. Yeah.
It's hard work watching him, to be honest. So we're having a go on the main river. There we go. Just opposite the van. Right, folks. So my take on panning for gold. It's not for me. Loads of people, yeah, I know do it. But yeah, if you've got an attention span of about, get bored after about 10 minutes, then I won't bother. Because all you're looking at is little bits of grit in a bowl swirling around with water. Yeah, not for me. Anyway, back to the motorcycle while camping. It's starting to rain now. This weather's becoming a bit of a it's a bit hard work in testing, but we'll get there. So I'm gonna have to get all the gear in the tent now, I think. And it's starting to come down. So I'm gonna cook. It appears to have stopped raining. Seems to be going over that direction. A bit of luck, we might be okay. Hopefully. I'm not 100%, but I think the weather might plague me a little bit. I think it might start raining, but I want to start cooking outside. Just looking up at the clouds. Well, you can't see it on camera, can you really? I don't know. What do you think? So the rain, fingers crossed, has stopped. And it's gone quite calm now as well. The wind's died down, it's just on and off. Strange weather. So finally I'm just going to sit and enjoy this. And then I'm going to start cooking my tea. I did want to do it about 8 o'clock, but we're getting there now. Next job, get that fire going. Wait for them to slowly burn into position. Shouldn't take long, really. So this is what we're having for tea tonight. Lamb chops, some new potatoes, petit pois and baby carrots, the mint sauce. I'm going to have a nice hot chocolate afterwards, and then in the morning have some water with some juice, some coffee and some nuts and some protein porridge. So that's my food for tonight. This wind is getting a nightmare. And it's getting hard to film as well. But we shall persevere. Tesla's blown over for the 58th time. Come back. It'd be easy if we didn't have to film. Just for you guys on YouTube. Spuds are on the go. Just waiting for that to drop and die down a bit, and then I can put the chops in. They are going to be flavoured. I don't like it that way. I say, mix them with the spuds, smash it all up. Chuck some mint in. Perfect. Good chops. This one is hard work. It is. I had to jam a rock on the pan. Stop it blowing over. Right, that's looking quite nice now. Start cooking the chops now. Chops are on, doing nicely. So petit pois, carrots, mint, lamb chops. Oh. Can't beat a bit of meat in the great outdoors. Hot chocolate. Right, it's about 10 o'clock. I've come inside, so I'm in the tent, out the wind, and I'm going to get my sleeping bag, and I'm going to have a kip. So you like that little bit, what we were doing. So hopefully the wind's died down, because it made just filming a bit tricky. Things blowing away and all the rest of it. So anyway, we got there in the end. Had a nice bit of grub. Right, so I'm going to get some shut-eye, and I'm going to see you in the morning. Catch you soon. Good morning. I slept pretty well actually, although he was beating the tent with wind. Had a few really weird dreams. I mean, Yvonne, the wife, on this island, couldn't get off it. She dropped her car keys in this water. It was just a strange dream, it really was. I'm on handheld, so there might be a little bit of a wobble. Right, so I'm going to attempt to, you can see it's still windy, but at least it's not raining. It did rain in the night quite heavily. I'm going to attempt to make a coffee and some porridge, and but I'm a bit short on gas. So no bacon butty this morning, porridge, Starbucks coffee and a banana. That'll do. Hopefully this gas will do, but it's a bit low on pressure. Yeah, so before I went to sleep last night, I turned all the lights off and I was sat watching the stars. I really wanted to try and get some time lapse done or something like that, but trouble with the wind, it's so high, it just blew the tripod. All these ifs and buts when you go wild camping, you want to try and film something. Right, well, I think the water's thereabouts. Enough for me porridge. Oh, just enough. Look at that. Brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to get packed up. I hope you liked the video. Do the usual. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon for any future videos coming out. Again, any comments. I hope you found it useful what I've said. If you haven't, then you haven't. We all do things in a different way. But please, any comments, any tips, anything else you want to share, how you do things, or anything at all. But hope you liked it. I'm going to get packed up and away. I'm going to get my bike turned out and face the right way. That's another thing, I didn't normally do that. One time I got stuck. So anyway, I will catch you on the next one. you might should be a holiday abroad. So 2 years we booked a holiday to go to Mexico. We're going in October, so might do a bit of video. Yvonne wants me to do a video of Mexico, so I'll do that, because obviously it gets other viewings, doesn't it? So right, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much. Bye bye. Well, I was going to film myself trying to ride away, but the tripod keeps falling over. Get it to stand up. Oh well, never mind. By the way, last note, obviously, leave no trace. Unlike these dicks. Why would you create all them different fire pots, pits? I've left it exactly as I found it. Goodbye.